Good morning. This is Kathy Peck coming to you from Wichita Falls, Texas. Today is the 18th. Let me check the calendar. No, it's the 17th of January. It's Monday. I missed a lot of recording last week because I ended up having some software problems and just a bunch of other mess. And then my daughter was homesick from school. But anyway, we're back on today. So I'm going to continue with my month-long perusal of the catalog, and today we're going to play with the Cactus Cuties. I love cactus. I live in Texas and we have a lot of cactus, especially in our neighborhood. So this is the card. I'm going to show you how I made that. This background here is done with white cardstock with blending brushes, and then just a couple of layers. And it's pretty simple, little fussy cutting, not too much. So here's the bundle. This is the Cactus Cutie Bundle. It's really, really a fun little set. This punch here punches out this big cactus, this little one, and that one, and then this bowl. So, and the rest is easy enough to fussy cut if you wanted to. And I love the hope your day is on point and just a note. I'm thinking about doing some kind of calendar with that. I know it's the middle of January, but I'm always late getting my calendars out. So here we go. So let me find the catalog and I'll show you what pages it's on. Got a mess here. Oh, yesterday I did a post on the Ladybug bundle. Today Cactus Cuties is more towards the end of the catalog. Yep, here we go. Page 66. And these are just some page 66 for the bundle. You can buy the bundle together and save 10% on the two, or buy them separately. Your choice, but it's all on page 66. And more information will be available on my blog when I get my post up. I think I'm gonna go to this camera and zoom in a little, or zoom out a little. Did that work? That didn't work. Well, anyway, I can just move my camera just a little bit. There we go. Well, maybe not. There. I guess it was fine the way it was. Who knows? Well, I'm always fiddling around with this stuff. Okay. Okay, so this is an 11 by 4 1/4 sheet of cardstock. It's a half a sheet of your 8.5 by 11, scored at 5.5. All right, and so this I have. Let's get started here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is, for this one, I'm going to use a. You see, I tried to use this for something else, but I'm going to use 8.5 by 5.5. It doesn't matter as long as you use a half a sheet of cardstock. All right, and first I'm going to decorate my little insides. So I'm going to use Cajun Craze ink. Oh no, I don't have a stamping block here. Oh, fiddle. All right, let me go grab one. I always forget something. I really need to just leave a few of these in here. What a mess. Okay, this is photopolymer stamp set, and I'm just gonna stamp 3 of these on the outside, and I like to start in the middle if I'm gonna do 3. Here we go. That's that done for the front of the card, and then I'm going to put one right in here in this corner at an angle. Alright, so that's that done. And then this will go inside the card, because I always like to have, when I have to fix my glue always gets plugged up because I don't close it very well. So I recommend close your glue really good so it doesn't get stuck. And you don't need a lot, but you do need it to come out. I guess that little plug is coming up to the top. Oh well. This will work. I've got enough on here to hold it in place for a while. And you can see where I was trying something else with this card and it didn't work, but it doesn't mean you can't use it. Okay, here we go. So this base is pretty much done, so all I have to do is cut the other pieces and then stamp them. I probably should just leave this pin in there. Okay, so you're going to have an extra piece of Cajun Craze. This is crushed curry, and I've got to remeasure, so I forgot to write down what sizes I cut them to. Okay, oops. Let's try inches. This is, okay, so this is going to be 3 by 4.5, I think. Or no, 3 by 4. Okay, so the crushed curry is going to be 3 by 4. I do have a paper cutter down here. I think let's cut this 4. And this 3. So that means my crushed curry piece is approximately, oh, it looks like a 1/4 inch smaller. Says it's going to be, let me double check. Yep, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I like layering all these colors together because I think it helps bring out the blended area. There he goes. So that's those 2 layers. They're ready to go. I think I need to change my blade. All right. So for the blending, I'm going to actually blend on a bigger piece of paper, and then I can pick out what area I want to. Oh, actually, no, I don't want. Yeah, I do want to do that. I want to blend on here. Then I'll pick out what I want to cut off, and I'm going to blend with Cajun Craze, pumpkin pie, and crushed curry. And I'm going to start with the crushed curry in the middle. And I've got some blending brushes. And I'm just going to rub some off of here. Always start off your paper. Blending goes pretty quickly. And these brushes are, I used them with the chalks and the pastel chalks, and that chalk really sticks, the color really transferred. But the brushes are clean. They just get stained like everything when you're messing around with ink. It just stains it. This is pumpkin pie. I just keep going until I get the effect that I want. I'm going to bring in some crushed curry here. There's my last blending brush. Gonna keep the inks and the colors together. I think I like the Stampin' Up brushes. I didn't, when I first got them, I didn't like decide, oh, that's a little dark, what colors to use with them. But I think think I got a little heavy-handed with the crushed curry, but that's okay. We can fix that. Alright, add a little more pumpkin pie over here. I want it to look kind of light in the center and dark on the edges. That's one thing about blending. The more you, oops, do it, well, either the better it looks or the worse it looks, who knows, but I think we're right about there. Maybe a little more Cajun craze on the bottom, and then I'll cut it to size and I'll add a little more. I like doing a bigger space. It's just a habit. Okay, so this is gonna be 3 3/4, I think, or no, 3 and, oh, it's gonna be 2 5/8 by 3 5/8, I think. So let's go here, 2 5/8, because I have a different edge on one than the other, and that's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be good. And I'm gonna cut off this really dark part up here. Let's see, I'm gonna cut the dark off, and then I can finesse it a little bit. There we go. A little more blending, and then we'll be done. This is the Cajun Craze brush, so I'm just gonna go around here. And darken that up a little bit. Not too much. Oops. You've got to remember to go start off the paper, because sometimes you get blobs when you don't. And that's just what I did, but I got a brown blob over there. So I'll try to put a brown blob down here. Okay, I'm gonna close up that one. See if I can smooth that out with a little pumpkin pie. Maybe, maybe not. I do want to make sure all the edges have ink. Yes. Okay, close that up. A little more yellow in the center. This. Yeah. I think that's going to do it. And then we'll start stamping. Oops. Oh, darn, I just put my finger in there. Well, what I did is I stamped the cactus in, I think it was this Old Olive, and then the bowl in Cajun Craze, and then I either punched or I punched the bowl and I fussy cut the cactus. So let's do the bowl first. And I think this time I'm going to put some twine, baker's twine, behind the image to make it look a little rope-like. I think that might be interesting. I'm going to put this, how is that? Okay, yeah. Trying to think of how it's oriented on the punch, to punch it out. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut it. Cut my paper so I can get it in there. And these are just, they fit like exactly, so there's not going to be any edge. There you go. So what I'm going to do is oops, close that up, is I'm going to take this and just dip it. I want the edges to be dark, so I'm just dipping it in directly on the stamp pad, and it gives the edges a little darker look. I've got a hair on it. That's probably from one of those brushes. Well, I'll deal with that later. Alright, so now I'm going to get out the old olive and we'll stamp the cactus and then punch it out. Or not punch it out, but we're going to have to cut it out. I did use a little sequin and put it on there that looks like a flower. I thought that was pretty cute. So it's early in the morning here. I love to film early in the morning while the family's still sleeping. The dog's obviously sleeping because she's sitting back here making lots of noise. She's snoring. That's Emma. I have 3 dogs, Emma, Peanut, and Hazel. Emma and Peanut have already been up and had breakfast. Or Emma and Hazel. Yeah, Peanut's still in bed. Oh. Now where did that come from? Alright, well, we'll stamp that again. I think I need a little more cushion here in my stamping. Alright, let's see if this will work. Yeah. There we go. Better. Alright. So now I'm going to fussy cut this little sucker out, and I'll leave a little bit of white down here because I've got excess that's going to get covered up. This is really easy to cut. I mean, you know, you kind of just move it along, and then I'll cover the edges with a little extra ink. I might have used Pear Pizzazz on that other card, on the original card. This cactus looks darker. It doesn't matter as long as it's green. Well, you can make pink cactus if you want. I mean, it's up to you, whatever you like. Okay. And our cactus in this area of North Texas, the blooms are yellow when it blooms, and they don't stay very long. They're really short. Maybe 2 weeks is all you get, and they're really pretty sunny yellow, and then they die, and well, you know, then it's just kind of block cactus. They're all over the place. We have a few folks in this neighborhood that actually have like huge cactus growing right by their door, which is odd, but all I remember about cactus when I was young is I would always step in it. We had, where I grew up, there was cactus, but it was like really low to the ground and easy to get your foot in. Okay, and I've got a little sponge here that I'm just gonna dip and use to apply this glue down in this, or not glue, but this green ink around these edges. It's got a little pointy part here that I wasn't very smooth with my cutting technique this morning. There. Alright, there we go. Now let's do some assembly. Oh, I've got to do the little hello. I forgot the little sentiment. That's easy. So easy. Because I just hand cut that out. Just stamped it on a little piece of paper and then cut it out. Oh, that didn't come out very well. There, much better. All right, here we go. Now I'm just gonna cut this, just make like a little rectangle, a hello rectangle. Got ink everywhere this morning. Must be, my friend Pam must be thinking of me. When she and I stamp together, she gets ink everywhere. She's probably thinking about me. And that's why I'm having inky fingers today. Okay. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the top of this dish or vase and stick it on here. And let that come together. Well, maybe not, because it just wants to fall apart. Come on now. Alright. And then I'll glue all my layers together and we'll assemble. Guess I'm going to need some baby wipes over here. So I've got glue or ink all over my fingers. Alright. So this Cajun Craze layer is covered by, or it covers the crushed curry layer. I think I cut my measurements are a little off here, but that'll be all right. Okay, and then this is going to go here, ever so slightly. Something's crooked here. There, that looks better. Get some dimensionals and start. Well, first I want to do this. I'm using the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I like this pack because you have several different colors. You have vanilla, the very vanilla, the crumb cake, the gray, the black, and then this is like natural twine. I'm going to go with the natural looking twine that, oh, I've made a mess of. I can tell you that, so. Got it. I could never find the end, and then, well, I just cut. So that's what happens. And I wanted to twist this around a couple times. I have 3. And I'm going to take a bit of, maybe a glue dot instead, because that'll be a little less visible, I think. Take a